Everett tucked the check into his coat, then immediately took the Arizona turquoise to the windowsill. He removed the potted green plant, set the stone in its place, and started chanting mystic incantations. Charlie watched all this and smirked to himself. This Everett Sutton had no idea what he was doing. He'd just made a huge mistake that was going to cause a catastrophe. In fact, Charlie had already seen the strange energy in the house, thanks to what he'd learned from the mystic texts. He could clearly sense that a terrifying energy formation, a dragon snare, had basically taken shape in the room. The dragon snare, just like the name suggests, is a trap so powerful that it could ensnare even a dragon, let alone the luck of an ordinary person. So, no matter how lucky someone is, if they live within the dragon snare, they're bound to lose their good fortune and suffer from constant bad luck. Waria was living in a room like this, so her own good fortune was completely trapped. And once a person's luck is trapped, it's just one unlucky event after another. Fortunately, this dragon snare had only just started to form. It wasn't complete yet. If it were allowed to fully form, it wouldn't just trap a person's luck, but their very destiny. At that point, it wouldn't just be about bad luck. It would very likely cost them their life. Coincidentally, the only loophole in this dragon snare was that very pot of green plants. Green plants represent life and vitality. Having it here was like leaving open the only escape route in the entire trap. The plant was barely able to fight against the power of the dragon snare, preserving the last little bit of luck for Waria. But Everett, in his ignorance, chose that exact spot to place his useless rock. A stone, you see, is hard. It represents permanence, something that can't be broken. Once this stone replaces the green plant, the dragon snare will be almost complete. At that moment, Everett finished his incantation. He took a deep breath and said, "Miss Waria, I have completed the alignment. You can rest easy now." Waria hurriedly asked, "So my luck will be restored? Things won't be so terrible anymore?" "Of course," Everett nodded. "My mystical arts are famous all over the country. Even the San Francisco tycoon Lyle Ramsey and the Las Vegas gambling king Spencer Shaw are my clients. Don't you worry, miss." Waria asked quickly, "Mr. Sutton, do you think you could help me find the necklace my mother left me? If you can, I'll pay you another $10 million. Everett Sutton scratched his head. "Well, miss, I'm good with mystical arts. Finding lost objects isn't really my area of expertise." Waria nodded, disappointed. "That's okay. I'm still very grateful for you helping me with this streak of bad luck, Mr. Sutton." Just as she finished speaking, her cell phone rang. On the other end, a woman's voice was frantic. "Miss Smith, it's bad. Something's happened." Waria asked quickly, "What is it?" The woman said, "The shipment we exported to Europe just got unloaded. The client is saying our product doesn't meet their standards, and according to the contract, they're not only sending it back, but demanding triple compensation." Waria's face went pale, and she panicked. "They're sending back all 5,000 tons of goods? We're already out tens of millions in shipping and customs fees, and now we have to pay triple compensation on top of that? That's going to cost us hundreds of millions of dollars." Waria couldn't understand. Everett had just supposedly changed her fortune, so why was she suddenly having such a huge problem? The woman on the phone said, "There's nothing we can do, miss. The other party is demanding triple compensation, and we're in a really bad position." Waria asked quickly, "Could it be a mistake? Did you ask them to test it again?" The woman on the phone replied, "I already asked them, but they said they tested it twice and the goods still failed." Waria snapped, "Check the source immediately. I want our export records. Find out when this batch was produced and who was responsible. I want answers, now." She added, "Stall them for as long as you can. And send a few people over to investigate. Yes, ma'am. After hanging up, Warnia's face was grim. She turned to Everett and asked, Mr. Sutton, I've just run into another huge problem. If this isn't solved, the loss could be over $500 million. Didn't you just say you fixed my luck? Everett avoided her gaze and stammered, Reversing bad luck takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Warnia shot back. Fine, it improves slowly, but there shouldn't be a sudden new wave of bad luck. Just then, Warnia's phone rang again. It was Alastair Prescott, the eldest son of the San Francisco Prescott family. She quickly answered, forcing a smile, and said, Hello, Mr. Prescott. Miss Smith, he said in a cold voice, we've thought it over and feel the Smith family isn't the best partner for us. We're going to unilaterally terminate our cooperation. Terminate the cooperation? Warnia became anxious and blurted out, Mr. Prescott, surely you can see that we're a better choice than any of the others. A partnership between the Prescott family and the Smith family is the best option for both of us. The man on the phone chuckled. To be honest, an advisor is doing an energy alignment for my father. He said that the Smith family's aura doesn't seem to match the Prescott family's. He thinks that if we continue to work with you, it might affect the Prescott family's fortune. So, I'm sorry, Miss Smith. And with that, he hung up the phone. Unbelievable. Warnia had hoped this deal would take the Smith family to the next level. Now, all her hopes were dashed. Everett was starting to panic. His plan was to just take her money and run. He never expected that right after he did his little ritual, Warnia would suddenly have even worse luck. He knew he had to get out of there, fast. So he said quickly, Miss Smith, changing your energy alignment is a process. You have to be patient. I believe that by tomorrow, everything will be fine. I'll be on my way now. With that, he turned to head for the door. Warnia blurted out, Wait a minute. Mr. Sutton, something is obviously wrong here. Why did I have two huge problems pop up the second you finished your ritual? You need to give me an explanation for this right now. Just as she finished speaking, a sharp pain shot through her lower stomach. It made her deafened, and she nearly doubled over. She managed to stay upright by grabbing onto the TV mounted on the wall, a cold sweat breaking out on her forehead from the cramping pain. What was happening? It wasn't that time of the month. This didn't make any sense. Before she could even figure it out, another jolt of pain hit her lower stomach. This time the pain made her legs feel like jelly, and she had to grip the TV with both hands just to stay on her feet. Just then, there was a sudden snapping sound from the wall. The metal bracket holding the TV had broken. Seeing the 60-inch TV falling right toward her, Charlie lunged forward, grabbed her hand, and yanked her into his arms. With a loud bang, the TV crashed to the ground. The casing and screen shattered instantly, and a sharp piece of hard plastic shot out, slicing across Warnia's slender calf as it flew past. Warnia feeling a sharp pain in her leg. When she looked down, she saw a gash about 2 to 3 centimeters long, and blood instantly started to flow. Charlie quickly pulled a tissue from his pocket, knelt down to press it against the wound, and asked, Miss Smith, do you have any antiseptic at home? Warnia felt a flash of anger as Charlie touched her leg. She was about to snap at him, but then she remembered he had just saved her, so she bit her tongue. She immediately glared at Everett and demanded, her anger obvious, Mr. Sutton, you're not going anywhere until you give me a good explanation for this. When Orville saw this, he grabbed Everett by the collar and asked coldly, Damn it, talk! What did you do to Miss Smith? Everett cried out, I didn't do anything. I just performed a ritual to help change her fortune. Don't try to fool me, Orville yelled. You changed her fortune for the worse, didn't you? Then Orville gritted his teeth and snarled, Tell me, did someone pay you to deliberately hurt Miss Smith? Everett trembled with fear and blurted out, Sir, I swear I didn't. No one paid me to do anything. Orville gave him a nasty grin and said, If you don't start telling the truth, I'll chop you up and feed you to the dogs. Then he turned to Waria and said, "Miss, just give this bastard to me. I'll make sure he disappears from the face of the earth." Waria was furious too. She said coldly, "Mr. Sutton, if you don't explain yourself, then I'll have to let my men handle this." Everett quickly dropped to his knees, crying, "Miss, I just lied to you for the money, I swear. I didn't mean to hurt you." Waria asked, her face like ice, "So everything you just did was a lie?" "Yes." Everett quickly pulled out the check and begged, "I'll give the money back. Please, just let me go." Waria stared at him for a long moment. He didn't seem to be lying, which only made her feel more hopeless. What was happening? Was her luck really getting worse? First the huge financial losses, and now this. If this kept up, the family business would be ruined, and it would be all her fault. Just then, Charlie, who hadn't said a word, suddenly spoke up. "Miss, actually, Mr. Sutton did do something." Waria looked at him and asked, "What do you mean by that?" Charlie said calmly, "The layout of your room, combined with your personal 4 elements, has created what's known in energy alignment as a trapped dragon array. This dragon array locks all of your good fortune inside the formation. The only reason you had any luck left at all was because that potted plant was acting as an escape hatch in the dragon array." After speaking, Charlie looked at the so-called Mr. Sutton and smiled. "Unfortunately, this guy replaced the plant with a stone. That stone acts like a metal lock, and now that escape hatch is sealed. It doesn't matter if you move it now. Your luck is completely lost, and it's only going to get worse and worse." Waria looked like she'd been struck by lightning. She quickly dropped the disdainful look she'd been giving him, bowed her head slightly, and clasped her hands together, pleading, "Mr. Charlie, please help me."
Hey amazing viewers, it's Charlie here. Thanks for sticking with us. By the time of the release of this video, only 11% of our viewers have joined the party by subscribing, and 89% of you might miss out on our next mind-blowing video. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and join the exclusive club.